Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Hypermine Vanilla. We're starting over here at the witch farm. We're going to be ending up, though, at the gold farm. We've got some work to do over there. So let's get started. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Here we are at the witch farm, and it's probably about time for a perimeter update. You can kind of see some of the progress coming into view, and what we are working towards is completely digging out this area right here. So we've got one, what I call a beacon sub-chunk or sub-quadrant done, or we're working on this one right here. Notice that it's a little bit larger than a standard quadrant. So we're going, let's take a look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 extra blocks this way, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 extra blocks this way. So rather than being a 50 by 50 square, it's a 58 by 59 square. So what that leaves us is that currently, if we pull up the F3, you can see that we're at the 34 on the Y. All right. And I have actually run out of the, the durability, I guess, on my fortune picks. What I do is I try and use the fortune picks all the way down to around level 20, or whenever I start seeing lapis show up on the levels, I switch over to the silk touch pick because we start getting a whole lot more ores in, especially with lapis and redstone. You tend to fill up your inventory, and I really want to get all of those items out of there. So I switch over to silk touch, which it kind of helps compact all the resources. So I'm going to show you the chest that has all the picks in it. Let's take a look. Yeah, all of the fortunes are completely messed up. We are going to take a silk touch here just in case we need it, because we've taken these down. Let's see, 11, 12, 10, 4, 1, close to death on that one. You know, played it a little bit safer there. 407 still on this one. You know what, we'll leave the silk touch here, and we'll just go with that. So actually, you know what? We need to refill all of these anyway. We're going to head over to the gold farm. I'm going to show you what we're working on, and we'll grab that as well. Try and get everything that we need to mend, and we'll take it with us. But I'm going to meet you over at the gold farm. All right, here we are at the gold farm. We're at the business end of the entire farm, if you will. And what you'd normally do, you take off your armor there, because I'm not sure if you know about that. Most people should know by now, if you have anything that has mending on it, then when you're trying to get XP to mend it, you have a chance of trying to repair it. If it's all the way full on the repair, then what will end up happening is you start building up your levels instead. So we want to make sure that all of the XP goes into whatever it is we're holding. Okay, so this is usually how I stand here. We put one in the offhand, and we've got one here. What we do is we're just going to hit one, and we're going to watch the pigment, okay? Well, that was a little too much. Let's see if we can get one that's closer. There we go. All right. So they are rather upset. We can turn down. Hostile creatures are actually pretty low. Okay. Notice though, over there, we've got a pack. There's some, okay, so they got triggered on their aggro by those guys, but we've got whole packs of them that don't really care about me. Okay. So eventually they'll come in. But notice we get bits of those guys where they don't care. Now, the other thing is that you'll notice we don't have a full ceiling on here, and in 1.10 there was a new feature added where Endermen start spawning in the nether, and so now we've got a 3 high area on some parts, and as these guys fall down, they're going to clear the mob cap, and we're going to start getting Endermen spawning in here, and they'll take up the mob cap because they don't get aggro at you, or if they do, they try to teleport towards you. So we've got a problem where we have pigmen just hanging out on the edge and they don't care about us, and so they're going to take up the mob cap. We get Endermen spawning, and they're going to take up the mob cap. And then we've also got these magma slimes. They can jump and get on top of the farm, and then they actually come find you. They come hang out right above here, and that's not really ideal either. So we've got a few updates we can do. We can shrink the radius of the bottom circle a little bit so that all the pigmen around do start caring about us. And then we need to add a roof to the whole thing to keep Endermen from spawning and keep the magma creams from, or magma cubes from jumping up. And we've also had something where lately we'll occasionally get a ghast to come in, and you certainly don't want to come back here after an AFK session just to find that you've been hit by a ghast fireball. So anyway, we've got some things to do here on the gold farm. I've already talked with T.O. He's the one that built it, so I've talked with him about it. He is cool with me doing some updates, and so that's what we're going to take care of. I've got to get some material together, and then we will get started. So let me just fill up some of these tools here, and then we will clear the farm out and get working. All right, back in a bit. Well, I have gone to get some resources. We are well stocked up here. Should be sufficient, at least for now. And then I've also done a little bit of cleanup. We still had T.O.'s construction stuff here. So T.O., if you are watching this and you're wondering where all that stuff went to, I've put it over in here. I've also expanded the storage and thrown out all of the gold swords that had been hanging out up here. So we'll just have a lot more storage available, which is good. What I'm going to do now, let's go up here and see if we can get into the farm proper, like so. Oh, I don't have enough room. Let's get rid of one stack of these stone, or maybe two stacks, because we'll have to pick up the iron door as well. Yeah, we'll pick up those, and let's use a pick, shall we? Okay. So we'll do that. Now, what I've done, I did go out and measure from the exact center, and this is just at, I think, 39 or so, 39 blocks from the center. So this outer edge should not actually be a problem. It may be that they're just too far away, and because the mob cap gets filled up by like Endermen and magma cubes, that we just kind of lose the ability for more pigmen to spawn such that they can all aggro each other. So I don't know. I don't really know. So I'm not going to reduce the footprint of the farm yet. What we'll do is get this roof in, and then we'll see if that will take care of it. Just for now, I did notice that these are on the center of each side, and I wanted to just make that a clear block that is on the same spawnable space. So that's what I'm going to do right here. Yes, I'm using granite. Sorry, T.O. It's the only decent block that I could find that would clearly stand out and say, hey, this is the exact center of this farm. So that's what we're doing. I didn't have any other slabs up here, and I didn't want to go back and get any. So anyway, what I'm going to do now is just come along and start this fun process and just fill in the entirety of the farm. So wish me luck. I will bring you back once once we either have a decent amount of progress, or if something funny happens, or I'm done. Whichever I feel like. All right, so I'll see you in a bit. Well, interestingly enough, that entire thing was uneventful. So yeah, we didn't come across any ghast. We didn't unnecessarily anger any pigmen. So yeah, I've gotten all of those stone slabs done on that top layer. What we're going to do now is come over here, and sometimes I make that jump, sometimes I don't. This time I did not. We're coming over here to grab some additional materials. I've already collected some. What we need to do is go over to the melon and pumpkin farm that Condrick set up quite some time ago. This thing is very useful. Whenever people are around in this area, it is running. So we are able to just come in. It might help if I check my surroundings. You never know when something might be coming around. So I'm going to grab a stack of pumpkins, and then I also need some scaffolding blocks. I can't remember if I have enough of those or not. Oh, hello. You're stuck. What do you sell? Knockback 1. Anything else? Glass. Frostwalker 1, okay. And sharpness 1. Yeah, it's alright. Keep them around. Oh, hello. What I love is that they just hang out in my house. Awesome. So we'll come up here and see if we can grab some netherrack or something. I usually keep junk blocks here, so we'll grab some of that. And maybe some dirt. Netherrack is always good for that. Alright. So what we're going to do now is work on something that should help keep the magma creams or magma slimes from bothering us too much. So let's head back up to the gold farm and I'll show you what we're going to be working on. Alright, what we're going to do now is say currently under construction. Oh, we can't get it on that line. There we go. Because I'm currently on with Run Wild, in case he wishes to come by, we are turning off the farm for the time being, at least for my safety's sake. So yeah, we're going to do that. And we'll put that right there. All right, so you can see kind of what I've done. This thing is completely covered all the way across. I think I've done a walkthrough just to see that everything is covered. I could be wrong. But yeah, so that means Endermen have not been spawning, and we've gotten a lot better rates now. Now, I have noticed that we still get pigmen that are hanging out on these outer edges. Maybe that's not such a bad thing. Who knows? I don't know. But the next order of business that we need to do is something I saw on a video Snow Crash put out. And that is we're going to come out this way just a couple. I think that should be sufficient. 3. And what this is going to do is we'll provide a little space to build an iron golem. And I think what we need to do is maybe, this is the interesting part. No, you go there, there, and there. Okay. And then we'll grab that and then we'll see if we can do this. This could be good or bad. Okay. We'll see how that does. We're going to put one on each of those halfway points and maybe another one at the quarter or the 8th marks as well. So what that's going to do is that for magma slimes that hang out towards the edges, it's going to draw them that way, and hopefully this reduces the number of magma cubes that hang out close by. So let me get to doing that. You can see it's a bit of a precarious build thing we've got to do, but it seems that we've got a little bit of a system down. And again, I'm going to keep recording, but I'm going to stop talking for a bit, and if anything interesting happens, I'll bring you back. Well, we got one more to do, and let's see. It's roughly halfway point right here. Yeah. So we'll come out here like so. We'll go out 1, and I'm going out 3 from the diagonal. Notice right here, 1, 2, 3. Okay, and then we'll go out one more, just the support block, like so. The reason I'm using glass is because glass is non-spawnable, so we're not going to get any pigmen hanging out with the iron golem and pushing him off, nor any ghasts, because notice that there is no covering over this guy. Alright. And no magma slimes or anything, so they should just stay there. And it's far enough away. We'll just have to keep an eye on it, I guess. Might be magma slimes that can get to them. I don't know how far those guys can jump. But I think that's pretty good for now. We'll leave it at 8. So we got them, yep, all the way around. So now let's go back in here and we'll just see what ends up happening. So we can go like this. Make sure to put iron trapdoor back on the bar. Grab those. Okay, good. Open that up. And then what I've noticed is I kind of have to come right here. There we go. And one more, put the carpet back on. And that should prevent things from spawning. It is no longer under construction. Let's check around just for grins and giggles, just to make sure we don't get any undue surprises. Nothing here. I think they're all up top, and so what I'm going to do is, well, I don't really have... I went ahead and repaired all that stuff I showed you at the beginning of the episode, just because it's taken a while to record this thing. But let's just try this thing out, and we'll see how it all works out. Okay. Alright, there we go. And they're kind of upset, as I should expect them to be, since I just hit one of their brethren. But notice we get no more Endermen. We still get zombies, so that's actually an ongoing bug report on the Mojang tracker. Just want to get rid of that zombie. Zombies don't always track you over here. So sometimes they start walking towards you, but then, you know, sometimes they just hang out. But they shouldn't be spawning because we are in the nether. But anyway, no more Endermen, so that's good. And I don't know about magma cubes. See if we can get that zombie just to clear out the mob cap. See, notice, okay, that guy's running towards me. That's good. Okay, he's gone. So there is a magma cube. And let's just watch him. Now, he doesn't care one bit about that iron golem. So we can actually use this. What is this? Cheaty Optifine Zoom. Maybe he'll get in range. No. Nope. Not in range at all. So, I don't know how well that's going to be. What about those guys? There's some magma cubes. They are being attracted to the iron golem, and they just jumped off. And there we go. So, it's at least working a little bit. It's inconclusive, though. Those iron golems are going to be too far to get any magma creams or magma cubes that show up close to me. Yep, boom, there we go. Okay. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to call that a semi-success. We're going to say that we got most everything done that we wanted to. There's still going to be a few issues, but, you know, for the most part, we're not going to be clogging the mobcap with Enderman, and we're not going to have the random ghast showing up for people that are AFK, and any magma cubes that do get close to the edge seem to be taken care of. So, you know, I think we're going to say all done. All's well that is well. So, so yeah, anyway, hopefully you have enjoyed this little repair job. And don't worry, I did check with T.O. and he said go for it. He's pretty much done with vanilla for the time being, and so if we need updates done, then I think he's cool with us doing that. So anyway, hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, a like is always appreciated, and if you haven't done so already, think about subscribing so you're up to date with everything going on the channel. But that's going to be it for now. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.